Hey fam, thanks so much for joining me today. I'm going to take you guys inside because today we're going to start working on our table settings for Thanksgiving. I am so excited. So this is what we'll be decorating from today, doing our table settings here in the dining room. So let's get started. So fam, one of the first things you want to do when you're doing your table setting is you want to kind of come up with your color scheme, your theme, and all of those things. Just a few tips here. One, I generally pick 3 colors. It's easier to work with 3 colors instead of being so matchy-matchy, but that's just me. You can do what you want. If you like 2 colors and it's easier for you to work with, by all means do that. But I generally blend 3 colors. Also, another rule of mine is, so I try to get something that I can use or repeat later and just kind of blend in with other pieces. I try to pick items that I can use in other seasons or for other events or other dinner parties. So let me show you a couple of things that I've chosen. I've chosen to go with black and white, and I'm gonna throw in a hint of wine color. I'll show you what we're using those for in a minute. So let's take a look at the pieces that I purchased so that we can put these together and make this gorgeous table setting. Okay fam, so here's what I'm working with for my table setting. So we have our beautiful, thankful little symbols here. We have our black and white buffalo check napkins. We have wooden chargers. We have a little buffalo check here and a small little pumpkin. Then we have my china. We have round plates, they're lined with silver here. Then we have square plates. We have our Burlap Runner, and we have a little bit of burgundy here, or wine color, little pumpkins. And of course we have our silverware and a couple other little things that we're gonna need to make this whole setup complete. So one of my next steps, fam, is I push back all the chairs from the table, as you can see here, to give me some room to walk around the table as we're decorating. So let's get started. So fam, let's start building up our table setting. So first we're gonna start with our plates and our chargers. So it was hard for me to decide. I have square white plates, and I also have these beautiful round plates, my anniversary plates. So they're trimmed with this beautiful silver. And next we'll be using the faux wood chargers to put our plates on top of. So let's start building up the place setting now. So fam, we'll start with our square plate and our round wood faux charger. Just want you to see how beautiful that looks. See the symmetry on that? That just gives you a little bit of depth and dimension when you go with different shapes laid on top of each. Next, we'll do the round charger with the round plate. Still looks just as beautiful. Now we have our dinner plates all set and layered. Next, we're gonna do our buffalo check dinner napkins. So we're just gonna fold these the long way. We're gonna do that so that they kind of rest outside of the plate. So we're just gonna do 2 fold here. Then we're gonna lay these in each plate. And you want them to be right at the edge of the plate so that this hangs over. Because then we're gonna place our salad plate on top. See how beautiful that looks? The different dimensions and colors and textures. Next, we're going to be placing these beautiful, thankful little symbols in the middle of our plates. Next step is to continue layering up our plates. So next we're going to put our very gorgeous thankful in the middle of each of our salad plates here. So next, fam, we're going to be cutting and placing our pumpkins in the center of the plate. Next, we have just this stem of gorgeous wine-colored pumpkins. I just bought out of the flower section there at Hobby Lobby. We're actually just going to take and cut one of these off. And we're just going to place that right here in the plate. Give a little bit of color to go with that, a pop of color, and it looks so gorgeous. Now we're going to begin to work on our burlap runner. So we're going to remove everything from the table and we're going to put our runner down. So fam, for my runner, I decided to go with a 12-inch wide piece of burlap runner by 15 feet long. My table seats 8, so I went with a much longer runner to make sure I had enough to kind of go over the edges. And I tend to want my runner just to act as a runner, so I don't want the plates or the chargers sitting too much on top of it. So I went with 12 inches. They do have 15. They have some wider. You may even decide you want to do a tablecloth instead of a runner, but that's what I went with. So let's start setting our table. We have our place settings already. We have our runner down. So let's start putting everything on the table and getting it all decorated. So far, so good, fam. So I tried to mix it up a little here. So as you can see, we have a square room here, square plate here. And then we have a round next to it. And I duplicated that on the other side. So we have round and we have square. So next we'll be placing our utensils on the table. I opted to go with just this cute curlier silver that I have, these utensils. So you guys, it depends on how large of a meal you're going to be having. So if you're doing a 5-course meal, of course you're going to need more utensils. So we tend to just do a salad and then we do just our regular course. So we won't be having soup and all of those things. So I'm just going to set the table for what we'll be having, but I will do one place setting, full place setting for those who will be having more than 1 course or 2 courses, okay? So let's get started. Okay, fam, here's a very basic table setting. So you see how gorgeous our plate looks here with our setting that we put in. So this is how it works, just to give you a refresher. You generally eat soup and salad before your meal. So you generally want to work from the outside in with your silverware. So first of all, you have your salad fork, your dinner fork. Of course, this is our dinner plate, our charger, our napkin, some cute decor. We have our nice salad plate, and over here we have our bread and butter plate. You see that always goes to the left because sometimes you'll have bread with your salad. And so next we have our dinner knife, then we have our soup spoon. And if you guys could pay close attention, you want to just bring everything to the edge to match up with the edge of your plate so that everything looks really nice and neat. So fam, like I said, it really depends on, if you're doing a 5-course meal or a small, simple meal. You may have several glasses on your table. You may have actually butter knife, a dessert spoon, all of those things, because you're serving several dishes one after the other. So it just depends. You may be having wine, you may be having water, the kids may be having milk. So it depends on how you're setting up, how large your party is, the number of guests that you're gonna have over. So fam, we have the table all set. and it looks gorgeous. And now we're just gonna do something simple. I don't like using large centerpieces or things to obstruct conversation or things that may just be too big and overwhelm, because I like to place my food on the table when we're all set. So I tend to leave a lot of space so that I can have room for all the dishes to go on the table, all the main dishes. So it's up to you. You can decorate and you can put different things on the table, flowers and garland and all those gorgeous things, but I'm just gonna do something simple, and I already had something here. I like reusing things that I already have. So I have something that's black and white to kind of go with our theme that we have here. So I'll just place that on the table. A little bit more of a festive touch if you want those elements of Thanksgiving to be here. I have this just simple candle holder. It actually has a prong here in the middle, so I can sit a pumpkin here and let it rest there and it be balanced. So let's do that. So you can also add these elements of fall, of course, in there. So I just have two inexpensive pumpkins sitting on a candle holder stacked up. So you can put these at both ends of your centerpiece around candles here, just to give it more of a fall flavor, even though we have our fall with our wine color pumpkins here. But this adds a little dimension, and it doesn't take away too much from our color scheme that we have going on here. So another option would be flowers. So you can get fresh cut flowers or either some artificial flowers put right at the end of the candle holder. You see with this volume, we get a little bit of volume here. We get the height of the candles. So it's a lot of depth and dimension going on the table. So whichever one works for you guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me today here on Life Inspired with Mo to do a little table design for the holidays. So don't forget to share, like, follow, and comment. I would love to see some of your table designs as well for the holidays. And we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.